Welcome back, my friends, to TFT Hyper Roll with Autarch. I've been saving this video for a little while because I wanted some way to end this sort of streak of videos with a bang, and this seemed like the best way to do it. But let's start with the first set of augments. Caretaker's Alley isn't bad, so we're going to roll around it and then see if anything pops up that's better. We can go ahead and take Caretaker's Alley. Darius is trying to get out of here for some reason, and it gives us a Janna. So we're going to be able to get a gold Janna by the end of this. Darius, just calm down. We will let you go. Don't worry. Darius. Well, while Darius gets in his cardio, we can just talk about the rest of the build. Ultimately, I know I'm going to go Dragon Lord Sage, even though I didn't start with a Diana. But since I know I'm guaranteed a gold 3-star Janna, she will come along eventually, so I just want to attempt to build a strong team before then that can win. I failed here. Also important to note, this is a champion conference portal, so it will be spitting out champs that match the team. So once we can get the proper team together, it's going to help fill it out for us. After forcing us through one of those wastes of time, we were able to get a Diana so we can at least trigger Dragon Lord. We still need to pick up a crazy plant lady so we can trigger Sage, and then hopefully Champion Conference will start giving us Dragon Lord and Sage champions. It is time for our second set of augments, and nothing really exciting. So we're going to go ahead and re-roll them. Misconnections, not really going to work here. A golden remover, it's useful, but not really. So we're just going to try the RNG of getting another emblem and seeing if it fits and start putting together our Diana items. And rolling during this fight allows us to finally find some crazy plant ladies, because that's going to be important for getting Sage. Once we can have just Dragon Lord and Sage in there, Champion Conference should take over in starting to give us champions that fit that bill and allowing this team to build itself out. Once we add in the crazy plant lady, that will give us a Kale, which will be important because we can now add additional AP to the backline, and that's going to be the Talisman of Might in this particular comp. Our second augment turned out to be a complete bust, as we ended up with a Ghostly after starting with a Ghostly, but we were not able to get anything that would really help this team. Ghostly will have some value later on once we can get Morgana into it. We were forced to endure a carousel, but we did actually end up getting a Rakan off of it, which I found surprising that was able to happen when there's a 0% chance of getting 5s at this point, but that gives us another Dragon Lord and makes it a lot easier to win. It is time for the final set of augments, and nothing super exciting here, so we're going to go ahead and re-roll. Baboom is fun, but not right for this particular comp. Pandora's items, most likely. I go with that simply because I'm not confident that I can get the golden egg to open. There's often a curse that goes with it, and so I'm not as confident in this build at this point until I get everyone up a little bit higher. My willingness to take the egg or not take the egg usually depends on how confident I am that I'm going to win at least 2 of the next 3 matches. In this case, I wasn't particularly confident of that, because my experience with this build is that it gets really weak and then becomes ridiculously strong at the end. We wouldn't have made it that far. Now, there was one thing I forgot in taking Pandora's items, is that it was going to change the emblem I had planned for once we got Morgana. So it's now Mystic, and it's going to keep switching with each round that goes by. And surprisingly enough, Rageblade is a pretty good Janna item, especially if she's up at gold 3 stars, but she's going to be shielding each time she casts and doing damage, so having that happen more often will help your team, especially in a Sage case where they're also healing. It is time for an item choice, and I'm only showing it because in this case I'm actually going to put it right on. Archangel Staff, great item for Rakan. Just build AP onto Rakan with pretty much anything you can. So once you hit the 2-star Rakan and get a couple of items on him, you're going to feel a little bit unbeatable, especially with the 4 Dragon Lords, since they are going to stun things, he is going to stun things, and it's going to be hard for teams to fight against you. But do not think you are invincible. Teams that do not look particularly threatening at first might surprise you as they're able to push in on you and get to your team, leaving you with 1 life left. And now things are starting to get a little bit crazy. We've hit some key points. We've 2-starred the Wukong, 3-starred the Diana, 2-starred the Morgana. Basically, everyone is pretty much set. We've also got an additional 2-star Rakan on the bench with 1 saved in the shop, but we have to win this fight, which is frighteningly close against a Ghost champion, but now we are into the top 4. And Champion Conference gives us an additional Rakan, and we can use our Champion Duplicator, and we get the gold 3-star Rakan. As we glance at the last 2 items, which are likely just to go on Janna, notice someone has not lost a single match this game, but they are now facing off against a gold 3-star Rakan. I don't think it's going to end well for them. So what can a gold 3-star Rakan do? Well, pretty much take out an entire board in about 5 seconds total. Yeah, it's pretty nasty. Now, I just want you to imagine life from the person who has 20 health right now, because they're not facing me and they're not facing my ghost. So they have no idea. They're facing this person's ghost champion. This person gets knocked out, and they win their match. This person then spills in chat, "Oh, a Rakan 3. That's where my board just went." I apologize to them for the dumb luck, and they comment how Champion Conference seems a little OP because they were just 1 away from a gold 3-star Udyr, which would have been a really interesting fight to see. But then we have to face the person who has not lost until, well, this moment, because they have nothing left to answer. Their strongest champ being Irelia, but I already have a 2-star Irelia on my board. And all I can say is that I can feel their pain because I've been in their situation. They have a fantastic team. They built it up over the course of an entire game and then end up running into someone who just ended up with pure dumb luck. And they are trying their best here to get to a 3-star way, which would give them a chance. I don't know if it would matter because Rakan at 3 stars with a full AP build is really, really devastating, especially with Xayah attacking from the outside. And as I'm looking to go to Wukong 3, they decide that it's just not in it for them. They're not going to get the 3-star, and it's GG for everyone. Hope you enjoyed these insane, wild videos of 3 stars, and as always, have an absolutely, absolutely awesome day.